Alright everybody, it's a sad day in paradise here. This is Quoth, and we're going to play a little bit more of Hearthstone. Why is it sad? The sad thing about this whole thing is that the journey to Legendary is essentially over. And it essentially was not a successful journey as much as we'd hoped. It is now the new season. I was only planning to ever run the Hearthstone series for a single season to see if we could get to Legendary. We, of course, only got to rank 13 by the end of it, with the max rank of 12. There was a lot of time there where I kind of tapered off and, failed to continue playing and things like that. And, essentially that was because my backlog was so high that I didn't feel the need to continually play more and more and more. And plus, if I did that, you'd be seeing, this season for, another 50 episodes. So it didn't feel like a good idea. And what I think I might do is I may start streaming, and I'm going to see if I can set that up sometime today. And if that's possible, I might start streaming Hearthstone. I do very much enjoy it. I feel like maybe YouTube is not the best medium for showing it, simply because there's a lot of streamers that do it live and can talk to their audience as they go. And it seems like a very good idea. Honestly, I think that streaming is probably the best way to play Hearthstone, to go through things one at a time. I'm thinking, kind of contemplating doing some sort of series where I, kind of go through different combinations or different decks and kind of explain the concept. I might do a special on Warlocks, Druids, things like that, as I go over different deck and strategy types, maybe, but it's not on the top of my game plan. I have a couple things in the works, but for now, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about that. You just want to watch some Hearthstone. This is going to be the last episode. We're going to go back to the basics, so to speak, and we're going to play the Necromancer. I keep saying Necromancer deck. We're going to play the Warlock deck and the Legendary deck. And we might come out with an occasional, Let's Play Hearthstone just chillin' video, if I feel like up to it. But the concept of getting to Legendary is not as important to me right now. So I almost played casual. We will play ranked. Just for old time's sake, we can see if we can get above level 20, which will qualify us for... Actually, before we do that, we can show you what we did earn. We got this Pandaria card back as a result of finishing above level 20 in ranked. So that's kind of good stuff. But I think I might play more Hearthstone in stream format if possible moving forward. But from, no guarantees on streaming. If I find time to do it on a weekend sometime, I might do it that way. I would like to show you guys some more Hearthstone and, watch me play and kind of get my mindset on it. But it's been a good series, but ultimately all things must come to an end. And, we've pretty much gotten as far as we can with that last season. We're in a new season now. I see no reason to continue this endlessly. So.
The wild.
Okay. So this is an okay start, but not great. Next turn we can play Wild Growth,
Traveler. My greetings.
if it works out. We also have Innervate and things like that, so that we are going to play it then. I wasn't sure what he was going to play. Yeah, I can't talk today. I wasn't sure what he was going to do, so I wasn't sure if I was going to play Wild Growth right away, but we are. And we'll see what he comes out with now that we have a 1-mana advantage over him. Or it's even almost kind of like a 2-mana advantage, because I'm going to have 4 after his 2-mana turn. Alright, so that's obviously going to be like Explosive Trap or something like that. We have 4 mana. We'll save Innervate for next turn. Instead, we will play Sen'jin Shieldmaster, I think.
Tazdingo! Yes!
The reason why is because I feel like the usefulness of Keeper of the Grove is that it's reactive. So I'd much rather use it against something that is viable. Okay. So let's just do this.
Man!
Let's see what the secret is. Freezing Trap. Okay, well I was afraid that was what it was going to be. But at least I know now. Let's Innervate. Summon Ancient Lore.
Job's done.
which will keep us, you know, kind of in a card advantage. And we have a very minor board advantage as well. He does have a taunt, but we have a 5. We have the better minion, so that's something. Okay, so that was sort of to be expected. I forgot I added this to this deck. Okay. Alright, let's do this. That way I cleared his board. Is it the best move ever? Probably not, but it was the only one I could think of that would prevent him from taking damage and still clear his board. That's probably another freezing trap, which is frustrating. Might as well play this. And then we can play...
Where shall I strike?
Job's done.
Alright, I'm not as upset about it. That's what I was kind of hoping it was. If it was freezing trap, of course, then it was 9 mana, which would be a real pain in the ass. Okay. Well then. Summoning the Keeper of the Grove can silence this minion. I think that might be the best bet here.
I must safeguard the
That would
land.
avoid the 2 hyenas.
Job's that minion already attacked.
So we're getting a good board control advantage now. We don't have much in our hand that can actually do much to react to what they come out with at this point. But we're in a good position nonetheless.
Never tell.
And I almost coughing a little bit to myself here. So what's the best play? Completing Mark of the Wild on him is the best call. And we can take up this guy. And we only didn't attack directly because we wouldn't have gotten lethal. So I figured we'll just set it up so lethal's next turn if he doesn't do anything to prevent it. And see how he responds. Probably with an explosive trap, which will wipe my entire board, which is frustrating. Okay, so let's see what we draw first. I think we play this. That leads us to an interesting situation. So what do we do? Let's try this first.
Feel nature's
The
wrath.
cheapest, so if it's freezing trap, we send him back to the misdirection. Okay. That could be worse. That was the best of possible scenarios. Alright.
For the wild.
So now we're in an interesting situation. That's unfortunate. surprised he did that. Well, he did. Stupidest thing I've ever done in my life.
None shall pass.
For the wild.
I will hunt you down.
He's obviously a little pissed off. That's the second time I've used that combination. It's really not that good. It's kind of a negative combo. But if it's what you have, I mean, it's what you have. I mean, that was my one option to eliminate King Crush on that turn, and I took it, and I'm not really upset about it. But it is really stupid. It's like, oh, you make the other guy's minion better by spending 2 mana and using your Taunt of the Mark of the Wild, and then you kill him with the Black Knight anyway. But that being said, what does he have now? I mean, he has 3 cards left in his hand like I do, but he has 4 health instead of 25, and I have the ability to do 1 a turn as well, in addition to 4 damage on the board as we speak. He's in a tough spot. If he can't kill the Black Knight or take it out in some way, then he will lose. He can't attack the Black Knight because it's enough damage to kill him. He might actually be considering conceding or just planning to sit here and annoy me until he
I wonder.
until his timer runs out. But whatever, not that upset about it. I think that we've played this pretty much as well as we could, and I think that the scorecard kind of it kind of shows what kind of comes back here.
I wonder.
He must either have nothing or he just like minimized his window because he was so frustrated with what was going on. Okay, so I'm not gonna
I'm invincible.
do anything crazy. I'll just attack for the win. And for the last match, I think we'll go with Jiraxis. See no reason why not. It's the 2 decks we started with. It's the 2 decks that have remained constant since we started. Had some decent win rate percentages with them. I think that there's a good chance that we could feasibly win here, and I'd love to end this series with a 2-win streak. By no means do I intend to not finish the series until I get that. I mean, it's certainly likely that I will not win, as my luck in Hearthstone has been kind of a 50-50 thus far.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
And I got to admit, a mage is probably the worst
Your soul
matchup
shall be
that I could have for this
mine.
deck. But well, in some ways it's okay. I'll keep Hellfire and Voidwalker, because Hellfire can be a board clear if needed. I don't know. This might be like one of the mage rush decks, so I might need it. Let's go ahead and put the Voidwalker out there. Alright, so a fairly uneventful turn. I don't know if that I don't know that he has much to play with right now. But let's just attack with the Voidwalker. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in the hand, which is going to leave us with 2 more turns approximately until we can actually summon the Mountain Giant, and we're looking okay for that concept there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? Yes, 8. So if we do this once more, then by next turn we should have 9.
As you command.
By next turn we should have 10. So we shouldn't actually lose any, which is what I don't want to avoid. Because the maximum you can have in your hand is 10. Oh, apparently my card backs... for some reason, because last match we both had Pandarin or Pandaria card backs, I'd assume that you would have to, but it looks like that's not actually the case. It is possible to simply not have the Pandarin card backs, and apparently it is, the other player can see what type of card back you have. For some reason I thought, that what had happened was, the reason why he had the card back was because I changed it so all the card backs in the game were this red color. But apparently it's only mine, which is kind of funny, and more what the other person can see than anything else, to be honest with you. I honestly consider him having to use a fireball an appropriate response, and not a bad one. Alright, so is this a Hellfire turn? Feels kind of like a Hellfire turn, but I don't know if that's the best move. Who is first? Okay. I guess we'll just clear his board. It's kind of on the fence about it there. Next turn we should have enough to summon Mountain Giant again, which for all intents and purposes is acceptable. Okay. And the more cards he has to expend to deal with my Mountain Giants, the better off I'll be. Well, I suppose I should have seen that coming. But as you probably remember, this entire deck is one gigantic stall, by which we attempt to, get through Jirax's time, which we should be able to do fairly easily here. So we're going to summon a couple minions. We'll see how he deals with it. But honestly, we're just counting down at this point.
Dingo! Yes!
Okay. Well.
Of course.
That's acceptable. I have no issue with that one single fellow there.
Why do you call?
Voidwalker it is. We now have Jiraxis for next turn if we want to use him. We may want to have him possibly blow his load a little more before we do. The Twisting Nether is kind of a nice little possibility. Yeah, we have a good amount of cards here that we can use. You don't want to use it yet. So we're gonna Sunwalker.
Is my shield.
Alright.
As you command.
I mean, I'm feeling no rush here. We still have 20 health, and if he tries to burst us down, which is unlikely, then we have the ability to not only Siphon Soul, but we can summon our Jiraxis, which gets us back to 15, so. We're basically exactly where we want to be at this point. I'm just hoping he'll summon something better. Okay, well. Okay. So I'll see what he can go ahead and do this turn. If he can kill me, then he can kill me. If he has a Pyroblast or something, then he's going to win.
You know, take candle.
Similar situation, but I'd rather deal with what he's got. If he can summon another minion, I can siphon that soul again as well.
Yes.
Okay.
My shield for Argon.
Alright, next turn we summon Jiraxis. We'll see how it works. If he can kill me right now, then we don't. But he's already used 2 fireballs, and unless he has a Pyroblast in his hand, which is the one item I could think of that would help him, then we should be okay. Alright.
You face Jiraxis, Eladar Lord of the Burning Legion!
Into the breach.
Alright, so now we're in a pretty good place. The cards we have should enable us to do some damage here.
Stormwind.
Okay. So we're gonna summon an Infernal. Okay. Now we have 8 mana left. Which is just a little bit more than I'd want to. Okay. And then we will we'll summon the Tender of Argus just to have a minion out there.
What we do.
Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and use Hellfire. This is a very close game, a lot closer than I expected it to be. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this.
Shields up!
So now he's in a tight. He needs to lethal me right now, or he loses. Obviously, we have plenty of damage on the board to kill him. Does he have what it takes? He has Flame Strike, which is not going to kill them all. He's going to kill 2 of them.
You win this.
Alright, good game. And I think that game is pretty much as good and appropriate an ending as I can hope for. Once again, it's been a great series. It's been an honor getting back into it. You know, the ease of recording has brought me back into the fold of doing videos. I hope you guys enjoy them, and I hope you guys enjoy my content to come. If you do like this, please make sure to subscribe. You can check out my current current series, excuse me, forgot what I was going to say for a second there. You can check out my current series. We have Binding of Isaac, the Dark Souls Trials Fusion, and a new series soon to come of Child of Light, which may be out by the time this video airs. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. I have plans for the future as well, but for right now, that's what we're looking at. And plenty of content to come. But for now on, Hearthstone's going to be a little less regular. So hope you guys enjoyed what you saw, and I'll see you guys later.